This is from Dr. Lawrence, who was with us last time. So she is asking, the information about the crime hotspots versus harm spots is really interesting. Would this technique also help identify which kinds of offences are dispersed and which are not following active policing?
Right. So I think we could ask Renee to talk about that. You have some data that would actually answer that question, Renee. And if you can turn on your mic, you'll tell us. Thanks.
Yeah. So, because we did this in Sacramento, looking at our hotspots and then changing it into a crime harm index and looking at the harm spots. And what we really showed, and I did this after the fact. So just to be clear, it wasn't that I did harm spots and then hot spots. It was harm spots translated into, or hotspots translated into harm spots. So in my areas that we were looking at, it was only 2 distinct parts of Sacramento. So it was the downtown area and then one more residential area. So in our downtown business area, when we disaggregated into the harm spots, what we saw is we didn't get that variability the way you would have seen in some other areas, because what was really driving a lot of our harm in the downtown area was your theft. So rather than these low incident, high harm, we had a lot of like low harm, but a lot of high incidents in the downtown area, because you have the, the bike theft, the shoplifting, the, your minor theft from the parks, things like that. So, but once we moved out into the residential area, that's where you started seeing a little bit more variability, because that's when you started to see the assaults come into effect, or robberies where the incidents were lower, but the amount of harm was higher. So I would say when you look at harm spots, it is going to give you a different view of your city and probably help you understand the variability of what's occurring out in your city and different neighborhoods or different communities and even different street segments when you're looking at harm versus just straight crime counts. So I'm hoping that helps answer her questions as far as like how things are dispersed.
Yeah.